Hi there, it's B-More.
And Haggis.
And Haggis is going in his metal mode here. We're just a bunch of nerds and we're going to do a Let's Play number 4. To recap, Haggis is 3-0.
Because I'm so metal.
And we are going to be playing a game, it's a mouthful. Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards Duel at Mount Skullsfire.
I'm gonna melt your face.
Which is encouraged in the game. Picked up this game from Musing Games, our local game store. Figured we'll do a review of this here. It's a fun little party game. Goes up to 6 players. The point of Epic Spell Wars is you are a bunch of wizards having a duel at Mount Skullsfire, and you are trying to be the last wizard standing twice. So in this game, if you die, you come in back in the next round, and the first person to survive 2 rounds wins the game. Now we have a couple of our wizards set aside here. I am Hodge the House.
I'm Fade Ticklebottom the Enhancer.
Or the Enchanter.
I don't read well, I'm too metal.
A few other options we have here. We've got Princess Holiday and her Furicorn.
Jug, the Spirit Master.
Zanzibart, the Slag Genie.
Pister, the Pissed Wizard.
Lady Laserveer of the Space Kingdom.
Krastar, the Bloodomancer.
So of course all these wizards are just the picture you want representing you. There is no actual special ability for all of them. So we got the components of the game out in front of you. You get a selection of Last Wizard tokens. There are 7 in the game. Each person gets a life token just to show what their life is. You start at 20. We got Mount Skullsfire right here. Has no purpose for the game. Just it is kind of neat to have sitting there. We have a deck of dead wizard cards. So every time you die, this game kind of promotes supporting the people who've lost. So when you start a round, you get a bonus from your dead wizard card. Certain cards will hurt people that have Last Wizard standing tokens. The next thing we have is a deck of treasure cards. So at a certain point in the games, they'll be asked to pick a treasure and they'll have different benefits for you. And finally, we have the deck of spell cards. So I'm just going to show the different types of spells here. So in your hand, you will have 8 spell cards, and there are 3 different types. I guess we should start possibly in the order they go in. The first thing you have is you have your source cards. So the S on the bottom, it's got a picture and the name, your ability, and then that it's source and the type of glyph it is. And we'll go over the importance of those. And so every spell you make starts off, you can have 1 source in it. The second one, same thing, it has the name, the picture, the ability. This is a quality. So this is the quality of your spell and another glyph to show what type of spell it is. And finally you have the delivery. And the delivery, again, has its instructions and the type of glyph it is. And so what you'll do is you will put together a spell that can be either 1, 2, or 3 cards. And we'll just zoom in here and kind of show how they lay out. So if I wanted a full spell would be, what do we got here? Pam and Hecubuzz, Mighty Grow, Bedazzlement. And so what you'd do is you would go through each of the spells and do what it says. So this one here, your delivery targets each foe instead. And the reason it says that is on all the deliveries it'll tell you what foe, and so in this case foe of your choice. So that will alter it so it targets every foe. The second one, heal 2 HP. Then if you are the weakest player, add a random card from your hand to your spell. So you could then pick a random card and simply add it on. So here we'd have a second quality. So you are able to get other things in there, but you're not allowed to put multiple steps of the spell. The final thing will be a delivery, and as it says right here, it'll have your target, foe of your choice, and then roll power. And so anytime you do a power roll, you take 1 die for every matching glyph to that type. So we have illusion, primal, and illusion. So this spell here, I would have 2, and I'd roll 2 dice, and I'd look at the number. So I rolled an 11, and what does it say there? This one's one of the more complex ones. Okay, so 5-9 says 1 damage, and you may add a random card from your hand to the spell. And so if you get a 10 plus, you get to do the above 1 damage, but then you can add a spell of your choice. So what I could do is I could look at my hand, and I could say, well, I want to add maybe this one here, and so this would give me a second delivery, so I get to do a power roll again with elemental. Or maybe I didn't have a full hand here. I could again heal myself. I can add any card to my spell and resolve it. So you can do, you're not required to do a 3-part spell. You can do a 1-part spell by playing anything, a quality, a source, or delivery. You can play a 2-part spell, such as Mighty Grow Bedazzlement, or Pam and Hecuba's Bedazzlement. My spell could be Pam and Hecuba's Infernotastic. You don't need to have all 3 parts as long as you're not doubling up on the type of spell you have. There is one other type of card, a wild card. All that does is you can put it in any spot, and then when it's your turn, you just flip over cards from the deck until you find, either if you have it in the quality spot, until you find a quality card, or until you find a source card. You'll always go through the spells from your source to your quality, and then to your delivery. If a card makes you add another card, you will then resolve in the order, but if you have 2 deliveries, you choose which one goes first, or if you have 2 qualities, you choose which order you want to resolve them. If when it comes to playing the game, everyone will compare to see who goes first. It's not going around the table. It is based on the initiative of your spell. So if anyone plays a smaller spell, if there's 4 people going and 3 of them play a 3-part spell and another person plays a 1-part spell, the 1-part spell will go first, then the 2 parts, and then the 3 parts will compare their initiative. So on your delivery, there is an initiative number. So in this case here, that's 19. The higher initiative will go first. If there's ever a tie, such as no one used a delivery, so there's no initiatives, or initiative is the same, then you will roll a die and simply see who goes first. And so one person will play their spell, lay it out in front of them, do all the actions, and then they will pass it on, and you'll compare again to find out who has the next highest initiative. So the game will go on until all the wizards have been eliminated. Even if you eliminate yourself in the last turn, you are still the last wizard standing, and you'll go on and play until one person has won 2 rounds, giving them 2 last wizard standing tokens and victory in the duel at Mount Skullsfire. So Haggis, you ready to have a game of this?
Yes.
So we start off 8 cards each. And we're just going to move these. We'll just move them out of the way. So all they are scorecards.
I only got 7 cards.
Yeah, I think I was thinking rummy or something like that, so I only have 7 as well. So now we will take this time to make our spell, and we keep it secret from our opponent. Okay, I've got my spell picked. Do you have yours?
Yeah.
Okay, how many cards is it?
3.
And what's your initiative on your delivery?
10.
Okay, mine is 19, so I get to go first. So I'm playing here Old Scratches, Dicey Bedazzlement. So we've got Dark, Elemental, and Illusion. Dark Magic has a chance to hurt you, and so let's take a look at this. Roll a die. If you roll 1 to 3, I suffer that much damage. If I roll 4 to 6, I heal that much damage, and you can go above your 20, up to 25. So I rolled a 2, so I take 2 damage. I'm down to 18. Now, Dicey. I roll 2 dice. Each of my foes rolls 1 die. For each die that matches one of mine that I rolled, it deals that much damage to my opponent. So 1's matched, so 1 damage.
Ouch.
And the final thing is target a foe of my choice. Now, before you do a roll, if it does say foe your choice, you have to choose the foe. You can't just make the roll and decide who you want to deal the damage to. So, of course, in this game, there's only 1 other foe, so I'm going to roll a die. I got a 4. That's 1 damage. And that is the end of my spell.
Ben Voodoo's catastrophic nuclear meltdown.
Okay, so what do we got here? Each foe rolls a die and takes that much damage. 3.
In your face.
So I'm down to 15.
Each player rolls a die. Add 2 to your roll. The highest rollers gain a treasure. Each other player takes a damage equal to his roll.
Let's just put a bet out here right now. How long will he be able to keep this up before he says, my voice hurts, and goes back to normal?
My voice can never hurt.
So I rolled 6. He rolled a 1. So you get to add 2 to his roll. So you got to roll a 3. And what is the effect? The high roller gains a treasure. Each other player takes damage equal to his roll. So you take a 3. And I gain a treasure. So let's take a look at the treasure here. My power rolls have +2. So for the big book of awesomeness.
That blows.
Okay, so the final one is your delivery. You get 1 die. You roll a 5.
3 damage and 1 damage to each other player addition to that foe. So I take a damage myself.
That is correct.
Nuclear meltdown.
So everyone adjacent in a 2-player game. Well, we're both beside each other.
Fire.
2, 3. So I'm down to 12, and he's down to 14. So now he used 3, so there's 3 cards for him and 3 cards for me. So let's make our next spell. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
I have two cards.
I got 3.
Okay, so I will go first. And I am doing the Death Fairy's Exorcism. The Death Fairy deals 2 damage to any foe. So I'll deal that to you. And if that foe dies, repeat the effect. Nope, he did not die, and there's no one else to attack.
I still live.
And the next one is Exorcism. So it targets each foe, and I have to roll 2 dice because I have 2 dark glyphs in this spell. And I get a +2 roll. So what do we got here? I got a 12. So 2 damage, or 4 if he has the last wizard standing token, but since I got a 10 up, it's as above, but double the damage. So that's 4 damage to Haggis. Okay, so now let's see what Haggis brought for a spell.
Sphinxions. Mighty Grow. Fist of Nature.
Okay, so choose and steal a treasure belonging to any foe. Well, there's only 1 treasure, so he takes mine.
Heal 2 HP.
So if you are
And
the
if you're
weakest...
the weakest player, add a random card from your hand to your spell.
You are the weakest player because you have 10 and I have 12. So let's pick one. And this adds Pact with the Devil, so he gets a double delivery. So you have to choose the order you want those to go in.
I will go with Fist of Nature first.
Okay. So Fist of Nature is primal. He gets 2 dice and a +2 on his power roll. So that's an 11.
4 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4. And now you can go with Pact with the Devil, which is a dark spell. He gets 1 die. And that's an 8.
8. So 2 damage.
So after 2 rounds, it's 6 for me.
10.
And 10 for... I don't even know what his metal name... Maybe Haggis would be his metal name. I don't know. So 1, 2, 3 spell pieces. 2 for me.
I got 4.
Oh yes, that's right. You added 1. 2 spells.
2 spells.
Okay, so we'll do... Well, do you have an initiative? Do you have a delivery?
3.
And you go first.
Explodifying Chicken.
Okay, so Explodifying. Foe of your choice would be me. You get 2 because both of these are elemental.
And I get +2.
Yep, for both power rolls. So we got a 10 here, +2, so you get a 12. 4 damage, and you choose and destroy one of that foe's treasures.
All you're destroyed. All none of them.
Okay, and now you get to do 2 for your chicken.
Buck chicken.
And it's the strongest foe, which again is me. And
9.
1 damage, which is, I got 1 life left.
No.
I am still in this.
I will destroy you.
I've got the Death Fairy's Inferno-tastic. So 2 damage and 1 more damage. Because I only have 1 elemental glyph. So that is the end of that round.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. How many you got?
3.
Initiative?
2.
8.
Damn.
That's good for me because King Oberon, heal 2. Mighty Drow, heal 2, and if I'm the weakest player, which I am, add a random component to my spell. So pick one.
This one.
My delivery targets each foe. That's useless in a 2-player game. Death Wish. Okay, so that has been done, that's been done, that's been done. So Death Wish is dark. Foe on my right.
I'm to your left.
2 damage to you and 1 damage to me.
Professor Presto. You're a random foe.
Okay.
Impatient.
Oh, you had impatience. Yeah, you should have read that off. You would have gone first.
Whatever.
And would have killed me.
That's okay.
So if you kill me, that doesn't matter. When you play it, just to go over here, Impatient is a quality card and deals 1 damage to each foe, which would have killed me. And at the start of initiative, reveal this card and your spell resolves first this round. I only had 1 life to start. But I think you have enough to kill me right now.
I do.
So 1 and deal 3 damage. So 1, 2, 3. Now let's just see what your final thing was.
Tornado.
The Tornado. But I am dead, so we discard all of our cards.
Discarded.
And when I say all, I mean all of them.
Even the treasure.
Even the treasure.
That sucks.
So you lose the treasure.
I stole that treasure fair and square lie.
Since I died, he gets the last wizard standing token. I draw a dead wizard card. So this will give me a bonus. And what is this bonus here? Nothing. You're dead. Live with it. There are a few of those in there.
Ha ha.
I tend
Deal
to
with
draw those a lot.
that, bro.
So no bonus for me. And we start with a new hand. 4, 5, 7, 8.
Are you sure this time?
I counted for you.
You don't know how to count?
Okay, well, I have 8 cards. I don't know. Did one go on the floor? Yes, it did. There's one on the floor.
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't see it, so I can go there. Maybe if you didn't throw them on the floor.
Okay, I am ready.
I am ready to.
3.
3.
Initiative?
20.
You go first.
Scorchias. Does 3 damage to you.
Yeah, you lay them all out.
Scorchias. Disco mirrored. Meteor storm.
Okay, so deal 3 damage to strongest foe. That's 3. Disco Mirror. This card copies the text of a source or delivery. So do you want to deal 3 damage or do you want to do a double roll?
I'm gonna deal the 3 damage.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. And now you get to do
2. 10. 4 more damage. In your face.
So he's just taking me down already. So take those aside there.
Metal. I'm tough. Rough.
Should hold on. There's a chance I can steal stuff from your spell and use it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I've got Bleemax Brainiacs, Dicey Gornado.
Tornado.
So reveal the top 2 cards of the main deck. Each one with a glyph that matches the glyph in your spell is added to your spell. Look at that. I mean, Arcane, Elemental, and Primal. So Elemental, so they both go in here. So they're both sources, so I can choose which order, but I have to resolve these before moving on. Deal 3 damage to each foe who has acted this round. So that's 3 damage to you.
That's me.
And to deal 1 damage for each different glyph in my spell, I have 3, so that's 3 more damage. So that's Worminators and Typhoons. Roll 2 dice. So this one here is if his dice match, he takes that much damage. And he takes 3 damage.
Ouch.
And then finally to my strongest foe, the Gornado. And he takes 2 more damage. So it is 9 to 10 right now, so I'm actually leading.
For once.
1, 2, 3 for you. 3 for me. Okay, I got my 3.
I've got my 3.
Initiative?
17.
18.
Damn!
That is good for me, and I'll show you why. Midnight Merlin's Festering Pact with the Devil.
Oh, shoot.
Deal 1 damage to your strongest foe for each living wizard. So that's 2 damage, because there's 2 of us. And I draw a dead wizard card for next turn. Your strongest foe who has not acted this round must discard the quality spell.
Which one? Damn it.
And finally, Pact with the Devil. Strongest foe, I get 3 dice. And I rolled a lot. So, 10 plus 2 damage. And if he has a delivery on his spell, steal it. And resolve it as part of my spell. So, Phantasmagoons. I deal 1 damage. And so he gets to play
Mega Gong.
Magmagard deals 3 damage to 1 foe to the left, or 1 damage to each foe. Which would you like to do?
3 damage.
No, you want to do 1 damage to each foe, I thought.
Negative. Ready. 2.
5 is my initiative.
10.
Go first.
King Oberon's Nuclear Meltdown.
So you gain 2 life, and you roll 1 die. And that's 1 damage to me. So it's 6 to 6. Well, I've got Magnety Mercy Killing. Deal 2 damage to your strongest foe for each dark glyph. So 4 damage to you. And I get to roll 2 dice to my weakest foe, and this is guaranteed kill. 4 damage.
No.
So I now take my last wizard standing token. He gets a dead wizard card. So let's reveal our dead wizard cards here. Mine says, I start the next game with plus 3 HP.
I start with a treasure.
Treasure or more HP. Which is better? Who knows? We will see.
This treasure counts as a primal card in each of your spells.
None went on the floor that time. There are 8 of them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
3.
3,
20.
16.
Pew and Pews. Okay, it's a wild magic. So before resolving any card, I draw until I get a quality. I use this as a quality spell. So Pew and Pew's Ritualistic Meteor Swarm. Pew and Pew, reveal the top 4 cards of the main deck. Add any source cards to my spell and discard the rest. So we've got 2 source cards. Each player, so let's see, we got Walker, Time Ranger, and Scorcha. So 3 damage to you from Scorcha. And each player rolls a die, add 1 to my roll for each different glyph in my spell, deal 3 damage to the lowest roller. So 1, 2, 3, I will get 3 extra. 5 to 1, so that's 3 damage. And so now, Ritualistic, foe of my choice, I choose Haggis. And no damage, and I suffer 3. Well, that's no good. And then finally, Meteor Swarm, I now have a second elemental glyph. So that's 10, that's 4 damage to you.
Magmagogs. Disco Mirrored. Power Vortex.
So 3 damage to me, I'm guessing?
You got it.
And which one are you copying?
3 damage to you.
Yeah, you would.
Damn right. Now I roll 1 die.
3. Yeah. Okay, so I have 14.
I discard a card. Okay, I'll try this.
3.
3,
6.
0.
0. Pew and Pew's Two-Faced Dragon Horde. So once again, reveal the top 4 cards of the main deck. Add any sources. And I got 1. I got Walker Time Ranger again. Each foe rolls a die, and I add 1 for each, so I'll get a bonus of 2. So I need... Yeah, that's good enough, so that's 3 damage to you. Player of your choice gains a treasure. I'm going to let you gain a treasure. Deal 2 damage to that player for each treasure he has. Okay. And each foe who has no treasures. So, no one. So that does nothing. I should have probably looked at that before I played it. What does your new treasure do?
This treasure counts as an elemental card in each one of my spells. Rose Bottoms, ballsy, wild magic.
Okay, so before anything happens, how about Rose Bottom's ballsy Vorpal Trap? So heal 1 HP for each different glyph, so you get 2 HP back.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
The foe to your left and your right must each choose one of his treasures and give it to you or suffer 3 damage. So, I have no treasures. And foe on your left, and you get 2. So 7, that's 3 damage.
Three.
3 with a 17.
3 with a 15.
Ben Voodoo's Thundering Phantasmagoons, and this might be it. Each rolls a die and takes each foe rolls a die and takes that much damage. And I don't have any treasures to destroy, so you take 4 damage. Deal 2 damage to a random foe. Do this once for each different glyph. 2, 4, 6. And Hogs the House is the last wizard standing.
Damn it!
What do you think of Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards at Duel at Mount Skullsfire?
I love this game. It's so metal it'll melt your face.
Well, I melted your face.
Yours too. Good game.
This game here, I will say, is probably not
have some
for
mature
kids.
images
on it. Definitely recommend this for... I played with 3 and 4. 2-player games are good. I've heard people say that when you get up to 6, it can be a little bogged down, but if you got a patient group, it can be a lot of fun.
Not our group.
Yeah, that's true. Out here, this group, there is no patience.
No. Lots of impotence.
So once again, thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to check out, we have now gaming tutorial videos. We have Haggis' Toy Box going over your action figure needs. We teach you how to play games. We do unboxings. Check it all out. If it's something you want to see, feel free to contact us. I'll probably start leaving the channel's email up there. We have a Facebook group. We have Twitter. We have Instagram. We're going to try to keep you posted up there. We're just looking forward to putting out more quality videos, what everyone wants to see. Haggis probably won't be doing any videos for a while. I think he's going to lose his voice.
Never.
By the end of this video, but hopefully we'll have more. Thank you again. This is Be More and Haggis with just a bunch of nerds.
Don't forget, always be metal.